Hey everyone, Fatty from Pack a Punch Traders here. Gonna go over trades on the day. I only had one trade, missed out on plenty of good stuff, but even with that, was still able to make my roughly 14-15%. I'll lock it in. It's nothing like GNS, which was a monster multi-day bounce that I was kind of thinking it would come down a bit more. Um, but I did also hesitate here while it was holding up. I saw it, just failed to capture that bounce. Play right there, very solid play. You got people locking in profits on the short side. You got dip buyers coming in. You got this demand, much different as you can tell compared to yesterday. All that green that's going on. So very nice to see this thing continue to hold up and push higher. Very nice multi-day bounce there. Was a little bit tricky to time. That initial high at daybreak was kind of just a fake out, and it was pretty choppy the whole way, really. But then sometime midday, it really just snapped and gave some clean moves. So that was a really nice play, as well as HLBZ. It's continued from yesterday. Insane move, and then just retreats the whole move. We get a gap up, failure breakdown, and from there it's just an open price of VWAP reclaim, high at daybreak. Just failing to break down. Demand picks up, and it's just everything we really talk about, stacking your bullish indicators together, um, and just checking them all off, and then aligning yourself in a good position, good risk reward. That's all you can really do. Um, you don't know for sure if a play is going to work out. You could just put yourself in a high odds situation, and from there, it's just adjusting timing, emotions, usually. Once you get yourself on the right track, it's just minor tweaks with emotions, I think. Um, but yeah, so incredible move with HLBZ. I don't think I'll be touching it tomorrow. Just absolutely took off. My trade of the day, DBGI, was watching this heavily in the morning, which led me to miss VERB, which was a very nice open price VWAP reclaim. Went over on the stream. I just missed it here on this dip buy. I was looking forward to come back, confirm VWAP and open price in the 35 region. Just gave a minute or two dip, and then from there it just ripped all the way to the 50s. So nice to see the power behind this pattern, how quickly you can get your profits when this is really just capturing short squeezes. As you can see here, the whole build up, solid top here around 40, and it just keeps making higher lows all morning. And shorts get fed up, and all this demand comes through, and you just get that massive burst. And when no shorts are to be found, they all get squeezed out. You get this kind of action. There just isn't enough buyers to really sustain this move. And then it almost looks like you got an offering or something here after hours. Underwritten public offering. Okay, yeah. So overnights are usually risky with penny stocks because of this reason. And when you see plays just absolutely taken off, it's very risky to keep buying them when they're up 100+% in my opinion, as your angle completely changes, and within those into those spikes, they're gonna dilute the play, so dilute their shares. So I think usually stay away with overnights as well as plays that are going on to day three, day four of their move, or maybe something like it was GNS where it was up so much day one. I still wouldn't take it even though it's day one. In hindsight, it's easy to say, yeah, it gapped up. It's just a strong day one mover. They typically gap up. When you know penny stocks, that's a very risky angle to take, um, knowing that any moment they could have had an offering and just ruin the play. So just be cautious with overnight plays and plays that have ran recently. Try to get dip buys, minimize your risk on the play. But back to DBGI. So here, simple, just like VERB. All I was looking for was a VWAP and open price reclaim. In this case, it held open price. That was a day low pretty much, and was looking for the VWAP hold, continuation of higher lows, And I mentioned on the stream earlier, I hesitated early on playing this. I was just looking at the volume, the way it was moving. It was just totally reminding me of um, recent plays. I forgot the tickers. Just failures in the morning when there just isn't enough demand to prop up a squeeze, and you get this choppy price action. I was really getting that vibe, so I decided to stay away. As well as this morning, had to prepare, had a roundtable talk. I don't know when Sean Deckmar is gonna have that video up on YouTube, but pretty fun roundtable chat with a bunch of other traders. Hopefully, he gets that out soon. We can all check it out. Um, so I cut my morning early, but once I came back, once we were finishing up here, I saw it. I had it on my radar the whole time because I recognized when I was peeking at it here and there, it failed to break down and go red on the day. Not from previous close, but open price. That still means something that they're able to break it down past the opening price and push it lower and hold it red from open price. So yeah, still it had a lot of range to get down all the way to previous close, but considering it had the nice trap in the morning and it was still failing to break down, making higher lows, I was really excited to see that VWAP proclaim. And I was telling everyone on that Zoom call, look out for DBGI. If this thing continues to hold the VWAP and high a day, if we get that demand perk, we can test 4. And I just didn't get everything I wanted. I was looking at that 4 resistance. I did recognize the mid threes were going to be a hard area for this ticker to really push through, and that's why I sold here. So I got it as it was holding up, higher low, holding VWAP, demand still decently coming in, dips are on pretty weak volume. Everything checked out. Was looking fantastic. Entry 307, I believe it was 400 shares I had. Then from there we get a nice burst, and I recognize the pre-market resistance break at 330, as well as the day high here that it set around 322. It's trying to chop around that area. Nothing really scary going on. Just one pretty aggressive dip, but besides that, there was no follow through, no selling pressure, and from there we kept pushing on higher. But I did recognize how choppy and annoying this play was. For a low floater, doing pretty good demand, failing to break down, we should really get a strong squeeze. So once we started getting into the mid threes, I got excited. But at the same time, I am recognizing how difficult of a move this is having. Each push is met with rejection and choppiness. So me being up 10-15%, I was considering just holding it and letting it ride till 4. But then I remembered how each push higher is just getting stuffed. So I decided, you know what, I've missed plenty of plays today. I'll be really annoyed if this ends up reversing on me. So I'm just going to lock in my gains and take my small win of about 160 bucks or so. I got out at 352 into the perk here. So I missed the first run up into the 350s. But then we got this little dip, and that's when I got annoyed. I'm like, okay, any pop we get, I'm selling into it because this really should have been moving by now. It should have been in the 370s, 380s. It's not a clean push, and that's concerning. So decided to just lock in gains. If it were to hold up, I could play it again, but that never shaped up. So very nice sell that I had there. Um, that's really it. Just recognizing momentum, key levels. After a few years, that's really, to simplify it, that's all you're doing. Just seeing if it's if it's holding key areas, and depending what side you're on, short or long, you got to gauge the momentum. How is it testing this key area? How much volume is there when it's testing this key area? How long has it been testing this key area? Um, and yeah, ask yourself questions like that, as well as read the volume. There's plenty of great books out there. One that's right next to me here, The Trader's Book of Volume. I mentioned this before. The Definitive Guide to Volume Trading. It's by Mark Leibovit. Leibovit. I'm not sure about that last name, but great book. So study up on volume, and that will help you gauge momentum. So, starting to ramble here. We'll just wrap this up. I still have another video lesson going over the top plays from the watch list for tomorrow. But so far, not that bad of a start to the week. Could have been better. Missed some decent opportunities, but still walking away green. Grateful for that. Recognized a great opportunity and also recognized when to sell, how it just wasn't giving clean pushes, and it should have. Low float, failing to break down, good volume. It should have been a clean play, just like VERB, at least in my opinion. Um, so when I didn't get that, I got disappointed. Heading into resistance, decided to just lock it in. So hope everyone had a great day, and I'll be back with another video lesson. Besides that, we'll catch you all later. I'll be on the live stream in the morning, about 10 minutes before